Three words I would use to describe the play in pieces would be romantic, hope, and powerful. Romantic because of the various relationships that are depicted in the play, one being a heterosexual one being homosexual, and one being long distance all line. Hope because each relationship displays hopefulness of working out in the future, and powerful because the play displays that love knows no boundaries and no distance. The playwright is by Joey Contreras. I would describe the genre of this play as a drama, as there is multiple conflicts of real-life scenarios in the play and big kissing scenes that took over the audience with emotion and love. We were left unsure how all the relationships would pan out. One song that stood out to me in the first half was when Greg and Charlie shared a kiss in a climactic moment that felt as if they both gave in to the temptation of it despite his resentment. You can see as the singing gets louder, representing the climactic moment. It seemed as if he was regretting it, but was struggling very much mentally throughout the scene, referencing some drug use during the song. A song from the second half that stood out to me was when Charlie and Gray shared a song together, explaining their lives and almost trying to make it seem like they were better off apart. Repeatedly singing the lines, "It's cool, it's great," was climactic when they both stood up and sang to each other almost angrily, when in reality they were both still struggling. The music in the play was, however, very upbeat and catchy, however still maintaining to have powerful lyrics that stood out. The name of the director is Tommy Lafrate. The stage that was used was a proscenium. I believe that the work of the overall cast was done eloquently, with all the characters truly embodying the part and delivering good performances. The director had them working very well together in an ensemble when they finally all came together in one singing scene. The actual races of the cast was not as diverse as one would hope for. However, with that being said, there's a lot of diversity in the cast of their personalities, with some being gay, some being straight. A staging moment that stuck out to me was the subway scene when she was singing while sitting on top of the railing awaiting her stop. She seemed uncomfortable in her position, and her lyrics went hand in hand with her state of unknowingness, as she explained that part of me wants you and the other part wants to roll her eyes at you. I chose to discuss the actor Sam Katzman, who played the role of Gray. The actor Sam played the role as very well as a very cool dude in the relationship, as opposed to Charlie, who was played by Joshua Scholl, who was more of a nerdy guy. Gray, who had longer hair, wore nice outfits, was clearly the more trendy character, which helps develop the inner plot of him questioning himself and his sexuality throughout. Early in the play, when Charlie and Gray had shared their kiss in one scene I appreciated. Barely seeing Gray as if he was not on the lightest stage represented a deeper meaning of him not necessarily being embarrassed from what had happened, but the fact that he's almost hiding and staying in the dark could be a metaphor for his sexual preference. My reaction was that I was not surprised, because personally I was anticipating that the two were going to kiss based on how the song was going and how their movement on stage was. I was intrigued to see how Gray would react to what had happened, and I think the fact that he was not entirely happy about it made it more interesting and thickens the plot to see how their relationship was going to pan out. One designer that I'm going to be speaking out is Caroline Arano, as she did wardrobe and costume design. I think she did a great job at dressing Gray and Charlie specifically. Gray is seen in flannel, tight jeans, long hair, and always seemed to have some swag about him. A second look was in college, was when Gray had a nice sweater matched with glasses to give off that cooler vibe. I think the overall world of this play was backed by the outfits of Charlie and Gray, as they seem to be near polar opposites, but that crazy little thing called love is what brings them together, ultimately. I do believe the entire cast and staff for this play were in the same world. They all displayed a deeper understanding of each character and the mood they wanted to portray in each individual scene. There are extremely different characters and personalities in this play that are all displayed well and unique to each character. I believe that the playmakers wanted the audience to understand the realness and rawness that comes along with love. Real life is not a fairy tale, as there is true hardships and conflicts in relationships, but to always remember that if your love is strong enough, it can conquer any obstacles in its way. And vice versa, if it doesn't work out for you, you'll be okay, and there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I thought about more deeper after watching this play was that in life, you just have to go with the flow of things and see where it takes you. You cannot fight everything, and even if it seems it does not work out in your favor, you can walk away wounded, but with your head high and excited for whatever future endeavor is coming next.